everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys do not know, my name is Kiki the Star on Instagram, Kiki the Star on YouTube, but you guys can call me Kiki, okay? Very simple, very cute, very sweet. I did tell you guys that I was going to be coming with the story times, and I'm telling you guys right now, this one is less about the sneaky link himself. It's about the decisions that I decided to make in choosing the sneaky link, and also how our interaction went. Also, there's a third party included in this, and like I said, I'm gonna just go ahead and get into it with the video, but I want you guys to go ahead and do me a favor and like, comment, and subscribe, and we're gonna get into the sneaky link story time.
Did I stutter? Pretty motherfucker. Married to the money, nigga, I can never lie ya. Only one ruby, there can never be another. Got a big mouth,
okay,
nigga, I can
so
never
remember how I was mentioning, like, it's less about the sneaky link and more so about me and my decisions and whatnot. We're gonna go ahead and explain all of the tea, all of that. I'm not gonna say that I made any terrible or bad decisions. It's just what I'm gonna tell you guys I will have to further explain in not only this video but other videos coming up. My mindset was definitely different, and the experiences that I was going through was something that was very confusing. This is not the best depiction of my character, but it is something that is fun and interesting story that I wanted to share with you guys. Let's go ahead and start off with some backstory and also a name for the sneaky link. So the sneaky link's name is going to be Pinky. Listen, so Pinky, Sneaky, Linky. I like how that sounded together. When we were talking about, you know, getting together, he asked me what I like to drink, and he had pink Moscato on his mind just like I did, and I was like, okay, cool. So his name is going to be Pinky. How I met Pinky was, I should have learned my lesson from meeting my baby daddy on Facebook. Okay, but obviously I didn't. Well, I met Pinky on Facebook. He actually friended me first, and how this went was kind of weird. Like, I knew my intuition like was top tier, but I didn't know it was that top tier. When Pinky added me on Facebook, I looked at his picture and I was like, I know he's about to hit me up. And what did he do? Obviously we're here, so he hit me up. Well, he was like, what's up, beautiful, or whatever, you know, in the inbox of Messenger with all the other what's up, beautifuls. But since I knew he was gonna hit me up, I answered. I was like, what's up? You know, like, it's crazy because I knew you were gonna hit me up. And he's like, how did you know? And he was like, okay, well, that's pretty cool, you know, like, what's your name, what's your sign, you know, all that, you know, la-di-da-di. This Pinky dude, he was cute. The reason why I answered and even accepted his follow request was because he was cute, you know, like, he was light-skinned. He wasn't cute because he was light-skinned. He was cute and light-skinned. He was cute. He was light-skinned. He had curly hair. He had a nice smile and nice teeth. He was a rapper, so I feel like I'm gonna mention this just because our conversations, I feel like he wouldn't have continued conversation with me if I didn't do what I did. I go through people's pages because he looked really familiar to me. That's probably why I thought he was gonna hit me up too. He had just filmed a music video for a song that was actually extremely catchy. He sent me like 2 of his songs, and if you guys know anything about me, I love music, so I definitely gave feedback. One song that was super catchy, like pop style, like, you know, super catchy rap or whatever, that I knew that one was probably going to be the one that popped off. But then there was another one, like a New York type of vibe that you could kind of get sturdy to. He has versatility. I like that. Exchange numbers. I'm not sure who gave whose number, but you know, we got that. So we did FaceTime, and we would usually FaceTime like at night, but there were some times where we did FaceTime during the day. How I knew that he was gonna be Pinky was gonna be sneaky link material is because that's all of our conversation. Like, we only talked about sex for real. He talked about how he ate like the purr, and you know, I have come to the conclusion that dudes do not say that they eat the purr good unless they actually eat the purr good, because dudes who don't eat the purr don't talk about eating the purr because they don't want you to talk about him eating the purr. I was just like, okay, like, I believe you, you know. It was very sweet. Like, it was a very cool vibe, and that's just a little bit of the backstory. So we're gonna go ahead and get into how we linked up, and I do believe that we linked up maybe like 2 to 3 times. The first time is what I'm gonna go ahead and the last time is what I'm gonna explain too, because that is the one that involves a third party, and the third party is my baby daddy. I'm not talking about I'm talking about drama, okay? We love the drama. I believe that this was a very good encounter. It was interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you why. So the first link up, of course, my son, is young, so I do have a babysitter. At the time, the babysitter was my baby daddy's mom. Comes to visit him, and when she stays about like a month or so, and she was just helping out because he was so young. My baby daddy would constantly leave the house. Like, at the time, he did live with us. We were not together. We broke up when my son was 3 weeks old. He had a separate room. Like, we did not bother each other. We hated each other's fucking guts. We just paid rent and sometimes hung out if it was cordial enough to do. We did not communicate, and when we did, it was a fucking argument. It was very, very toxic. I will get into that later. My baby daddy would constantly make like hostile environments, and he would just pick up and leave. And for me, I got tired of that shit. I got tired of me having to stay home. I'm the one who has to take care of the baby all the time, and I wanted my individuality back. Like, I had never been in like outside girl. I've always been a homebody, and I was just like, you know what, fuck this. Like, I just gave birth. I'm bad as fuck. I'm single, for the first time in years. So I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy my time, make sure that my son is okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and live my fucking life. And that's exactly what I fucking did. My baby daddy was here when I left, so he heard Pinky pull up in his car, and he had his music blasting. You know how the hood niggas do. When I got in, his car had like LED lights and all that. That shit was so dope. I'm pretty sure my baby daddy was like being a stalker and looking outside the thing or whatever, and I'm pretty sure he saw that I got in the car with a nigga, and what are you gonna do? Nothing, because we're not together. We just happen to fucking live together, and we have a child together. So I go, ask me if I'm hungry, because he picked me up around like 11 or so. He picked me up. He goes to Taco Bell, and then we get something to eat. I get like a slushie, and he gets like this burrito type shit. But he was goofy. Like, he was like, can I get a queso burrito? And I was just like, okay. Like, his house, and we're just chilling, like, in the whole car ride, by the way. Like, he's like caressing my leg. Like, of course, like, I'm all shaven and shit, so he's like caressing my leg, and I'm like, okay, I know what type of timing he's on. This link up was actually very, very interesting. So it wasn't terrible, but there are a few things that I was like, oh no, I can't come over here no more. And then I come in and I see like his room it's kind of clean, but it's also like a few water bottles on the floor or whatever. So he's cleaning up, and I'm like, hey, do you need some help? And he's like, oh, that's so cute, you want to help me? And I was just like, well, yeah, do you need help? So I helped him. I was helping him clean up his room, and he was just like, okay, cool, like, I'm gonna go ahead and shower. He's like, can you go ahead, sit down, pick a movie or whatnot? So when he came into the room after he took a shower, he was like, hey, I have to show you something. And I was just like, oh, maybe he's gonna show me like the pink Moscato or whatever, because that's what we said that we like to drink. Went into his closet, and I was just like, okay, well, his wine wouldn't be in his closet, so what is he trying to show me? This boy comes out with a big ass gun. Big ass gun. Okay? Big as fuck. And I'm just like, whoa. And he's just posted with it. And I don't know, I don't remember what he said, but my whole brain was just gone. I was just like, I don't know if you expected me to get all waterfall like, but that shit did the opposite. I got scared. I was like, now I know for a fact, like, I'm not gonna fuck with you heavily, because if you get mad at me, I know that you could kill me. He put it away, and then I look over and I see he has like a snake, and I was just like, you got a snake in this bitch? And he was like, yeah, what if I took her out? And I was like, then I would get out. What are you talking about? What if you took her out? You gonna take me out. I'm gonna have a heart attack. I don't know if this man is trying to be funny or if he's really trying to harm me right now. But he was just like, nah, I'm just fucking with you. I wouldn't hurt you or whatever. And I'm just like, you wouldn't? Are you sure? So he gets up and he starts, caressing me and kissing me. To get to it, with him, remember how I said that he was gonna eat the burger? So pretty much that was the first thing that he did. So, he kissed me, and then he, kissed her. And then it wasn't bad. Like, it really wasn't bad. It wasn't like, oh my God, knees weak, like my rose, you feel me? And then we did the do, and it wasn't bad at all. That one went great. He did scare me though with the damn gun. I was like, wow. But, I was like, okay, I would do it again. He's not bad. I'm going to talk about the last time, and then I'm going to get into a few things. The last time is when the third party is actually introduced. So, like I said, the third party was my baby daddy. So, my baby daddy was still very jealous, although we were broken up. Baby daddy was stalking me, like he was very insane. Baby daddy, his mom was still here watching the baby, so she was like, yeah, did you want to go out again? This time, since I was leaving, instead of leaving at 11, I was leaving around like 2 or 3. I had lied to her, and that is my baby daddy's mom. So if I tell her the truth, she's gonna tell him the truth. Basically, I was like, yeah, my friend is gonna come pick me up, and we're gonna go drink, and then we're gonna come back. So this time was very, very awkward because my baby daddy, I actually saw him walk out. I lied to this man. I told him that my friend's cousin or brother was coming to pick me up when really it was Pinky. My daddy would have walked up to the car and started some issues when you're not my nigga. And I was like, I don't want that. So the fact that I even have to lie to you because I don't want it escalating, I don't want you to get all crazy with me, put your hands on me, and he's like, okay, share your location. I did share my location with him just because I didn't want him on my ass. The linky, it goes the same way, and I don't leave until 6 or 7 in the morning. When I get in the house, I forgot my key in the house. I had to knock on the door. And when I knocked on the door and baby daddy realized that I got home at 6 or 7, and then I believe he saw like hickeys on my neck. Honestly, he couldn't do anything. Like, you can't get mad. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. You're not about to trip out and wake up the baby because that would be fucking stupid. Okay, so y'all know when I move to the side of the screen that I'm about to show some receipts. Because things were going on at work. Things were going on with my baby daddy. His birthday was coming up, and I felt like it was very, very disrespectful if I, continued this going on to his birthday. Although I was in my right, meaning I can do what I want as a grown woman. I am a single woman. I'm making sure that my son is taken care of. I did start to feel a little bit disrespectful just because we are in the same place. Even though my baby daddy wouldn't have felt the same guilt, I am built different, so I did feel a little bit bad. Pinky had started realizing that I wasn't texting the same, that I wasn't talking the same, but that is also because I had realized that he stopped hitting me up. I was really just setting in like, okay, this is ending mutually. He had texted me a few times and was just like, wow, you don't hit me up no more. And I was just like, I just have a lot going on. And he was like, I thought you were coming over and stuff like that. And I was like, I told you that I hadn't had the time or whatever. There was this one encounter where he had actually sent me like a long paragraph, and it was basically saying how I was dodging him and things like that. Pinky was sweet, but I could tell, like I said, I could tell he was not gonna make me his girlfriend. So I really didn't feel the need to explain or vent to him or anything like that, because it's just like, you don't really care. You're just asking so that we can continue doing what we're doing. You're acting a little bit different. And I'm like, yeah, that's because you don't even hit me up, because he doesn't. And I realized, like, okay, it's not worth it. Like, it's not worth the drama. He doesn't hit me up. My baby daddy's gonna have a little bit of issues. Like, I'm having issues at work. Like, I don't feel like going through all this, basically. We were going back and forth, and then we kind of just got over it. I hate when people do this. I hate when people do this. They'll be like, oh, so you don't miss me? If you miss me, just say that. And I'm not going to tell you that I miss you unless you say that you miss me. I'm not going to be vulnerable if you're not being vulnerable and honest. I was just like, do you miss me? And he was like, I just said that. I was like, actually, no, you didn't. You asked me if I missed you. And then he still didn't say like, oh yeah, I miss you, like straight up. He didn't say that. He was like, okay, so we're going to hang out. And I was like, look, I'm going to try for next week. This was a test are you going to continue to text me, or are you just gonna check in next week and see if I'm, you know what I mean? Like, are you gonna go back? Are we gonna FaceTime? Are we gonna go back to how our conversations were before? Or are you just gonna hit me the day of? He failed that test terribly because he did not text me until it was next week. And he was like, okay, so it's next week. So I'm just like, this week just started. Like, you know, I'm playing these little games. I feel like he's playing these games, so I want to play these games as well. So we're both playing games, cool. Like, my feelings are not going to get hurt because we're both on the same thing. We kind of just fell off from there. Like, it was no beef. He was just basically like, oh, okay, well, if you keep treating me like this, I'm gonna just fall off. And I was like, bet, do what you need to do. He was falling off regardless. Like, he was not talking to me the same way. He was not checking in on me. You know, like, that's just that. What I'm gonna end with is, this really has taught me things about dating. I wasn't gonna force him into a relationship. I wasn't gonna continue to argue with him like we were in a relationship. Really learned that dating is something that we should be doing. This is something that we should be learning how to do. Continue to link up with people and meet them and see if you guys are compatible and things like that. And I feel like that's what this really has taught me. I know that him and I are still have each other on social media. You know, we like each other's posts sometimes. Like, that's really just how it is. It's nothing like too crazy. It's nothing like that. I hope you guys liked that story time, because that is something that I never did again. Since I did mention my baby daddy in this one, I'm going to give you guys a story time about my baby daddy. That one is going to be a start of a series because I did go through a lot of traumatic experiences. Definitely want you guys to stay tuned for that, because that's not tea, but that is something that I feel I definitely need to share with you all. So, a lot of story times for you guys, but I definitely wanted to give you guys that little sneaky linky story because Pinky was cool and he was very, very sweet. And let me know what you guys thought of this Pinky Sneaky Linky story. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see and you want more of what you like to see. Bye.